Good morning, real closers. Good morning. We're back. We're back. We had some technical difficulties today, but we're here. Power Hour
Made it.
Monday. How's it going, Gustavo?
Going great, going great.
All right. So we always talk about ISAs, how to convert more leads to appointments, conversations, and get you more deals, right? So today we're actually going to talk about something a little different, right? Now that you have an ISA, let's say you hire an ISA. Now you want to know what to do to keep that ISA, right? Some ISAs work out really great, and you really want to keep them long term because you don't want to retrain, you don't want to have to go through all those things. So how do we keep a great ISA? How do we do that, Gustavo, based on your experience?
Awesome. Thanks for the intro. So yeah, this is a consistent problem. This is an issue, right? I think for a lot of folks that want to hire and build a team, that's a skill you have to develop and you have to learn and you have to get better at over time, because being a solo agent is what most of the industry's at, right? You're a solo agent, you just manage yourself, you manage your time, you manage your schedule, you manage your life. That's kind of what a lot of agents are used to, but you kind of run into an issue, right? You want to scale, you want to do more than what one individual agent can do. Maybe you can only make so many calls a day. You can only, talk to so many people. You can only generate so many leads in a day, right? So you start to add leverage, right? Leverage is a key part of this business. If you want to grow, this is a person-based business. Real estate is a contact sport, right? Full contact, hand to hand. So it's scaled with people. Real estate scales with people. And yes, there's a lot of tools and software and there's all these things for sure, but it is a people-focused business, right? So to really grow your team, grow more transactions, convert more of your leads, you got to add people. And, ISA is not always the first one you want to add. Usually it's a transaction coordinator, administrative assistant. That's what the book says, add administrative support first, but that ISA should be second, right? Having someone to help you convert those leads. You're either converting these online leads you're generating or helping you do more prospecting calls, right? You can only call so many hours in a day. ISA can call 8 hours in a day, right? So you want to add that ISA to bolster your lead generation and lead conversion part of your business. The first challenge is getting some great person in that role, training them, getting them ready to go, whether that's in-house, outsourced, virtual, remote work, doesn't matter, right? Getting a great person is challenging in all those scenarios, right? We specialize in the virtual ISA, folks in Mexico and Latin America, but the challenge is the same, right? Getting a great person in there. That's the first challenge. The second one, and the one a lot of agents overlook, is once you've got someone producing, they're setting appointments for you. They're getting a bunch of nurtures for you on the outbound prospecting side. Once that's working, sometimes agents make the mistake of saying, well, I'm good to go, right? We're good, right? We're good to go. This guy's producing. I'm just going to leave him alone and let him do his thing, let him or her do their thing. And I'm just going to focus on the next activity, which is converting those appointments, tending them to the closing table, everything, right? So obviously that's not how things work, folks. It's not how things work, right? So the number one issue I see with folks that have great performing ISAs is that they kind of take their foot off the accelerator and they do less contact with them, okay? They talk to them less. They used to talk to them every day. Then they talk to them once or twice a week. And then it's once every few weeks, right? And the issues with that are that these are people. This is not software. It's a member of your team. And when you want to leverage and delegate part of those sales activities, you really never get away from talking to your salespeople every single day. I want to tell people that, right? It's going to be very different on day number 300 than on day number 1, right? Day number 1, you might need a couple hours to sit down and talk to them. But on day number 300, you don't need 2 hours to sit down with them, right? But talking to them every single day, seeing how those calls went, what were the objections they got, what were their best calls, what were their worst calls, I don't think you ever get away from that. And if it's not you, it's someone in the sales management role on your team, okay? Someone is checking in with this team every single day to hold them accountable, to answer their questions, to celebrate some wins, right? Celebrate those wins, know what happened, why they didn't meet their goal. If they didn't meet their goal, why did they meet their goal if they did meet their goal? So there's an element of that, contact, which is every day. And for some folks, it's very easy. They never stop talking to their ISAs, whether it's on chat, on the phone, on a webinar, maybe they're in the office sitting next to them. So maybe that's not an issue for you, right? But when you're in a virtual environment that we are in, it can be very easy to kind of take your foot off the gas and have less and less and less contact with folks. Really important to understand that. Really important to understand that, right? You never get away from having daily contact, even if it's over a chat, if it's a phone call or a web chat, just like this, right? That's number one. The next thing is, folks, talent. When you've got someone talented in the role, right? When you've got someone having success and talent wants growth. Talent wants challenge, okay? So this is something we don't understand when we're hiring maybe the first few people. You want to pay them their salary, make some bonuses, and they should be happy, right? Good to go. You should be good. Stay in this role for the next 5 years. You should be fine. That's not how people work, okay? That's not how people work. People want to stay challenged. The best ISAs after a year in the role are going to get bored in the role. They're going to be doing the same thing over and over again. And a lot of the growth plan the teams have is, well, keep doing it again and be happier. Here's $1 more raise. You'll be fine. Sometimes this is a really funny phenomenon. I want to tell people this. Sometimes the ISAs confuse their boredom and their lack of challenge with, well, if I make more money doing this boring role, then it's going to be fine. And they request a raise. You know what? I think it's time. I'm doing a great job. Let's have a raise. Great. Because ISA is a salary plus bonus position, however you hire it. Salary plus bonus, right? So, hey, I want a raise. Great. That raise really only solves things for like a month or two. Then they're back to being, man, this is not a great job for them. What's going on? They feel that they're the issue. The issue is the problem. They might not even know how to ask for more challenge. Hey, I want something bigger and better. And if that leads to more compensation, even better, right? How can I do that? And a lot of teams can be really stale that way, right? One thing that I recommend is expanding their activities. If they were doing inbound, give them a shot at outbound. That's going to be something they might not be great at the beginning. Wow, this is really challenging now. If your team is growing, you're having success, get a second ISA, and the first one becomes the trainer of the second one, right? That can be an amazing growth opportunity for them because it's a challenge. It's something new. It's something different for them to master, okay? They can become a trainer. They can become an ISA manager. Once you have more than 4, 5, 6 people on that team, you need a manager just keeping tabs on them, right? Someone checking in with them every single day if you don't have the opportunity to do that. I really don't recommend that for less than 5 people, maybe 5 to 10 is different, but that can be an issue. That can be an opportunity for an ISA to grow into that role or grow into other parts of the business. We have ISAs that started calling Facebook leads. Now they also do posting on Facebook for the agents, generating content for them on Facebook for some of these agents. But it starts with a conversation, right? What's their skill set? What do they want to learn, right? Some of my best ISAs are the ones that are always bugging me. Hey, can I have some more training? I want to learn this new skill. I want to learn more about Facebook. One of them told me, I want to learn about Facebook ads. Yeah, but you don't run Facebook ads. But you know what? I want to learn about it, right? And you have a bunch of these really cool courses you've bought for thousands of dollars, which I have. And why don't you give me access to that, right? And what I didn't know was on my team, on my sales team, my ISAs talk to real estate agents. So the more they know, I didn't know this, the more they know about Facebook marketing, the better conversations they can have actually, right? So that's just an example of finding opportunities for them to learn new things, to get better at their job and to grow, okay? What people don't like is being kind of stuck in a role and being expected to stay there year after year after year, right? When it really should be about growth, and it can be not, it doesn't always mean salary. I want people to understand that. When people want to grow in the role, it isn't always about the money, okay? In fact, people can confuse that frustration and think it's a money issue or that money will solve it. I've seen this so many times where money is just not the solution, folks. If they're not happy in the role, money is a temporary band-aid, usually leads to even more frustration from both parts because the agent then feels the ISA is ungrateful and the ISA feels what's going on. There must be even more money. That's the solution. Even more money is probably what I need. And you need there's a lack of self-awareness on the ISA's part. And there's also lack of experience on the manager's side saying, what's this really about, right? What is this really about? That's usually where things should begin, right? So those are really common issues that I see because if you want to have someone great on your team and retain that person, that daily communication channel is a huge step. And then always having something new for them to learn, a new activity they can take on. If they're bored and they're killing it with their other activities, you can do that. But word from the wise, if that ISA is not performing at a high level, is not killing it on their daily activities, and they want to take on more things, that's not boredom, right? That is just trying to avoid the difficult work, right? So everything I just said only applies if your ISA is killing it for you, generating 1, 2, or 3 transactions for you every single month. Then they should be doing that when they're 6 months in, when they're a year in. They should be doing that consistently for you guys, right? That is the person that I'm talking about. That is the one you should challenge and you should reward and you should foster more. When someone is not performing, an easy out can be, well, you're not doing great at this. Let me give you another task, right? See if you're good at that. That is not a winning combination. That is not a winning formula. Someone that's not performing at your basic tasks, giving them other tasks to see if they're any good at that, right? You're kind of avoiding a crucial conversation. I have a book back here, Crucial Conversations, right? A lot of problems in your business can be traced to a crucial conversation you're not having or you're avoiding with someone on your team. Okay. So I love that mantra. I love that saying. So have that crucial conversation, because if the person is talent, if you have a talented ISA and you don't know this the first day, the first week, the first month, it takes several months to find out if you got a really, really talented ISA that can perform day in and day out. That's when this applies, right? So, and you can find a great ISA, a talented ISA, a bunch of different ways. With Power ISA, we're another way to find that person. We can place a full-time experienced caller on your team to have it convert more of those online leads and do more outbound prospecting to find more sellers.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. And a quick question for the people in the closers group. If you already have an ISA, what are some of the challenges you're having right now? And what are the things that you're going through to keep your ISAs motivated, right? Are you growing your team? Do you need help? Put them in the comments. We come back here every Monday. We always talk about leveraging people, leveraging other people's times in order to be able to scale your business. ISAs are a great way to do that. Of course, if you need help with that, hey, you got Gustavo here. If not, put them in the comments and then we'll come back next week and we'll take care of that. All right, Gustavo, have a great day, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Bye.